just sat down and the seat was wet. I guess we're going to the car today. Welcome to the Benjizen show. Season 2. Gotta stop doing that. Season 2, episode number 4. And this is gonna be us reflecting on I just messed with my hair. That was just out of habit. But this is just gonna be me reflecting on the reset episode that we did. I think it was episode 3 of season 1. And like seeing what I could have done better and what I could have changed and what I actually reset now and how it benefited me. So let's get into it. First, it's time for round 2 of work. It's 11, so I have 4 more hours. So it's exactly like half and half. So let's get into it. Why do breaks go by so slowly? I still have like 7 minutes. So why do breaks go by so so fast when the rest of the shift goes by slow? I'm enjoying it here though, as I'm on the cusp of getting a promotion to manager. I'll have a video about that once it comes out, but breaks go by so quickly. So I'm gonna go work the rest of my shift. So I will see y'all when I get off. Alright, so we're off of work now, and I'm on my way back to my apartment. And right there, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna look kind of at the broad view of when I like reset my like life goals of it, essentially. And I'm gonna see like what I did wrong, because that did not work at all. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, sweetheart. And this is dinner. Okay. Not bad, Benji. Not bad at all. Well, it's so pretty out here. It's not so much a view, it's just peaceful. Alright. So, I want to get serious for a second here and talk about what a reset is to me, or what it was to me and what it did. So essentially my mind was plagued with this chaos and this just, it felt like there was a bunch of webs and intertwined strings that were just hitting together, and just everything that I was planning, everything I was doing, I had the wrong motivation, I had the wrong this, my days were all over the place trying to find a balance. So I had a list written down everywhere, this, that, everything written down, boom, goal everywhere, all over my room, or just different things. Everywhere I looked, there was this different schedule for this, and these different ideas for this, and this to-do list, and that to-do list, and this one for that topic. And the reset was me tearing all that down and building something that I thought was organized and structured in a way that I could follow easily for a nice balance, because it's not, doing everything and balancing everything is not nearly as complicated as it seems. It is 90% how complicated that you make it in your head. And so you sort of step back and realize, like when I first moved to this apartment, I had no motivation at all. I was down in the dust. And it's only yesterday that I really began to turn that around. And to be honest with you, I'm still turning it around. I'm still trying to get a new routine. I'm still trying to find the motivation to do this, to do school, to do writing, to even film this video and make this segment right now. I had to convince myself to do it, but now starting it, I can't stop it. So, imagine a film crew, a documentary crew, or you're writing a book, or if books aren't your thing, a documentary crew. It's following you around everywhere for your entire life, and they're filming every single thing that you do. So the reset essentially was me just looking back and being like, I don't need this chaos to succeed. I need to develop a strict routine and I did it, and it failed. Now, to explain why destroying everything and wiping all of my to-do lists and everything off and starting fresh with a bunch of stuff, it was basically me just doing the same thing over again, just reskinned in a different format, in a different form. I was still balancing everything, and I had it on one list instead, so it was even more difficult and impossible to just cross everything off. You have to go, essentially you have to go with the flow. Everything felt forced, and it doesn't now. Because I've slowly built one thing at a time, putting different pieces in, and I'm still working on it, but it's going much better than before. It's like reading, like building a habit of reading 30 minutes a day. It's hard. It's actually hard to find time, but I enjoy it, so I find time for it. Finding the motivation to do college, it's hard, but I find time for it. Streaming, YouTube, writing, everything of the sort. Spending time with my girlfriend, everything of the sort. It's hard, but I find time for it. And I do that not because I depend on lists and organization things. I've learned that these lists and these whiteboards filled with goals and knowledge should be an extension of my brain rather than like a separate brain. I know that sounds crazy, but like everything around me, I'll show you. See, you have list, schedule, big schedule with video ideas on it over there. I have some more stuff on my computer over there, and I can monitor it fairly well now, and I can keep track of it fairly well because those things are now something that I've put in place one at a time. I've planned it, and they're extensions of my brain that I've put over there. And now the motivation comes to take that off, because that's just taking a section off of the stress, off of the chaos in my brain out. That's taking a piece of it out. Like when I cross off a goal for the day, a piece of my brain, a piece of the chaos in my brain that's gnawing off of it, it gets chopped off. It gets crossed out, thrown out, and I go to bed feeling much more fulfilled than I did when I woke up, or I did when I went to sleep the next day or yesterday. Essentially, dude, it's you have to find motivation from not just within. Like, it's not all on you. You have to have outside sources for motivation. You cannot just shut yourself in and just reflect on yourself. It is important to balance, to find good at time. Honestly, your best motivation will come from finding peace within your brain, and you do that by stopping for a few minutes each day. Not necessarily like meditating. Meditating isn't. A lot of people just assume meditating is just sitting on the floor and closing your eyes and thinking to yourself and being at peace. Now, meditating you can do it anytime, anywhere. You can do it right now, sitting down or standing up or doing whatever you're doing watching this video. You can pause this video right now and just take a second and breathe. Maybe go outside, like on your balcony, go outside to your porch, backyard, anything. Take a walk, anything, and just look around. All right, take a deep breath and look around and be still for a second. Leave your phone at home. And just go for a walk and be still, just for a second. Just be still, and just breathe in and take the world around you, and take the trees blowing in the wind, and take your crazy neighbor walking her noisy dogs, your neighbor walking their kids, your like the playground, kids playing, anything that you're around, your setting. Take in your setting, and find your peace in it. Find your peace in it. Or you can do it inside. Just take a breath and look around at all that you have. Find it in you to be thankful for at least one thing that you have, and just take it in. Take it in. That is how you can motivate yourself and level the chaos in your mind. It wasn't resetting all my lists for me. It was taking a second every day to just deeply breathe, just in, out, and motivate myself by finding peace and beauty everywhere. And that's where I can write a lot better now because of it. I can find time to do things a lot better now because of it. There's also something that does help. I've honestly become like one of these people that's like anti like phone and stuff like that. I don't get on my phone before bed anymore, and I wake up feeling a lot better, for the record, and I go through the day much better. And once I probably 30 minutes before I go to sleep, I just turn my alarm clock on and put my phone in a place where I can't reach it. So I feel much better in the morning. It takes a second for me to get up still. I'm still groggy, but I feel a lot better. So essentially, reflecting on the reset, to wrap things up, it did not work. It didn't work because I was so dependent on those lists, and I honestly didn't use them that much. I just told myself I was dependent on them. that these goals, these tasks, these organizational things, it already led me to becoming successful. Like, those would lead me to become successful, not me, and not those things around me that motivate me. And they weren't extensions of my brain. They were just things that I wrote down and placed on the wall and said, I'm done. And then I looked for something to blame my chaotic mind, my chaotic state of mind on. And I blamed those. So, essentially, it didn't work because of that. And it works now because I take a few minutes each day to develop, to just intake the beauty around me. I read every day. I take care of my mind much better now. I treat it much better, and I'm not so insistent on one philosophy. I'm open-minded now. I take in others' opinions. I take in nature. I take in everything, and that's essentially how it is. And I found myself a lot happier. There's a video by the Garl Studios called I Guess I'm Out of Time that really opened my eyes to this sort of aspect to the where you can find beauty in everything, including death. And that sounds morbid, but I'm going to link it in the description down below, and I heavily recommend you watch this video. And it really puts in perspective how you really only have, for as far as you know, you only have a minute left in life. You only have a day, a year, anything. So if this is your day, if this is your last day to live, I'm going to end this video not with the basic outro, not with the outro every day. I'm going to go back to that tomorrow, don't worry about it. I'm going to end this video with one question. If this was your last day of life, how would you live it?